What is schooling trauma? Hi, my name is Aubrey Page. I'm the CEO of the Change Starts Here Collaborative, and this week we're going to talk about schooling trauma. And this is a word that I think I've coined, but honestly, if you've heard it used anywhere else, please tell me. When I Google school and trauma, what I hear is about kids who've experienced trauma outside of school bringing it to school, and that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is kids who have experienced trauma inside of school. And I'm not just talking about kids who get beat up, whatever. I'm talking about kids who are not supported academically the way they should be supported and that are experiencing academic trauma inside of school. So examples would be, I was asked to consult on this case one time, and the kid had a lot of struggles behaviorally, we'll say, because that wasn't the root cause, of course. And in their IEP, the only goal they had was a behavior goal. But someone flippantly mentioned during the meeting that this 10th grader could read at a 3rd grade level. Well, if I was in 10th grade language arts and I could read at a 3rd grade level, I'd be pretty ticked too. So I understand why they're mad at school. And so we need to put supports in place to support that child to being able to access the general education curriculum that's required by IDEA, versus just trying behavior modification. Like, we're gonna count how many times they escalate in a week, but we're not gonna try to solve the root of the problem. And that is so common and so prolific with our children, that everyone sees the external things and nobody digs deeper. Or if we as parents are advocating about digging deeper, people don't believe us, right? So schooling trauma can be combated by teachers really engaging and understanding what a student's brain-based needs are, teachers making sure they're connecting really well to the student, and also placement can be really important to kids being able to access what they need in order to grow academically. So there are times when full inclusion can be really overwhelming, either from a sensory or academic perspective. There can be times when that's super socially appropriate and that's the preferred place. But we want to be able to have those discussions and look at each individual child and how their needs can be met. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to say, well, we have this program and this is where you would fit, and that child is inadvertently experiencing more trauma. It is my belief that there are many high school students that have big behavior problems, and we say, I don't know what happened, but Johnny just went off his rocker when he hit 9th grade or 6th grade. And I think it's because the academic rigor went up so high and they were so frustrated of sitting in a classroom all day where people are expecting them to understand things that they can't. They're mad at themselves, they're mad at the classroom, they're mad at their peers are picking on them. All of those things are not helping the child to succeed. So how can we meet them where they're at to help them succeed and reduce schooling trauma? Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week for our next caregiver tip.